Tesla's Supercharger network, where owners of the Tesla Model X, Model S and Model 3 can refuel their car's battery packs quickly and conveniently on a long-distance trip, are something of the jewel in Tesla's electric car crown. Sure, the Model S is the quickest production car out there, the Model X is the world's quickest SUV, and the Model 3 is the car that's gained the most pre-orders before the launch of any vehicle. But while each of these cars have their own merit and reasons for being popular, Tesla's Supercharger network is the one thing that makes owning and driving long-distance trips in each of these cars so easy. In order to duplicate the ownership experience, then any rival firm seeking to go after Tesla in the EV marketplace would first need to build or invest heavily in its own network of rapid charging stations. To date, most automakers have chosen to either fund the expansion of existing rapid charging infrastructure or just leave it entirely to market forces. But with its first electric car, the Mission E sedan, due to enter into production next year, Porsche is following Tesla and building its own rapid charging network. First, it announced that it would be installing dedicated high-power CCS quick charging stations in its home country of Germany. But this week, the firm has confirmed its intent to build 500 dedicated CCS quick charging stations in the US before the Mission E goes on sale in the second half of next year. Of those 500 stations, some 190 will be located at Porsche dealerships across the US, but the rest will be located along major highway routes. It's not clear if each location will have a single rapid charging unit or if Porsche is planning to copy Tesla and have multiple charging stalls at each location. But given that Porsche spent nearly $100,000 installing 6 rapid charging stations at its Atlanta headquarters last year, I'm guessing a multi-stall approach per site does seem to make more sense. When it comes to the technology itself, it's worth noting that unlike current supercharger technology, which delivers around 130 kilowatts of power, the next generation CCS charging stations designed for use with the Mission E are designed to operate at up to 350 kilowatts at 800 volts. That translates to a 0 to 80% rapid charge of the Porsche Mission E's 90 kilowatt hour or thereabouts battery pack in just 15 minutes. Of course, the power requirements for that kind of charging infrastructure aren't small. So I'm guessing that Porsche will not only have to pay a lot for the charging stations to be installed, but also pay a pretty penny to have the local electrical distribution service upgraded to handle those massive power demands. As for dealers, well, the Porsche CEO of North America, Klaus Zellmer, told Automotive News that dealerships will likely have to pay 6 digits to have their own CCS quick charging station installed. With a plan to install 500 chargers in the US over 12 months, Porsche's expansion of EV rapid charging will certainly make the Mission E an attractive proposition for those with the money. And if we assume that Porsche is planning to build charging stations at 500 sites, it does appear that the company's expansion will be faster than Tesla's, which took a few years to reach its 500th supercharger site. If Porsche is planning on installing just one rapid charger at each location, however, Tesla may still just have it beat if we compare it to the time it took Tesla to reach 500 active charging stalls. Unlike Tesla's Supercharger network, which Tesla's CEO Elon Musk has said will never be anything that Tesla makes a profit on, Porsche has been clear from the start that it intends to make money from its supercharger equivalent sites. Interestingly, however, Porsche has also said it intends to make its 800-volt CCS charging stations accessible to owners of other EVs, and has even said its stations will be compatible with Tesla's, presumably with the aid of an adapter. At the moment, there aren't really any electric cars out there equipped with CCS that will be able to take advantage of that 350 kilowatt maximum output with these new units. But with Volkswagen, Audi and Mercedes-Benz all planning CCS-compatible cars that feature the next-generation higher voltage CCS connector, it won't be long before there are plenty of cars that will. Which brings me back to the question of this episode. Will Porsche be able to mimic the supercharger network? Well, it certainly won't have the supercharger network beaten to start with in terms of availability or pricing. But if Porsche plays its cards right, it's conceivable that the interoperability planned by the network could give it an edge in terms of user support, at least for non-Tesla owners. And while I'm sure some people will comment on this video that nobody could match Tesla's supercharger network, perhaps the real answer to my question is that Porsche doesn't need to mimic the Supercharger network. It just needs to build a reliable, affordable network of rapid charging stations. And by installing rapid charging stations at its dealership, it could also help those dealerships make up for some of the lost revenue that they're going to suffer from the lower service requirements of electric vehicles. Finally, there's one thing that Porsche does have that Tesla doesn't: money. Lots of it. And that's why Porsche is even able to think about doing this massive, rapid rollout. Only time will tell if it's a success or a failure. And that's it. Thanks for joining me, and see you next time.